sidetracked because it was doing a countdown and then it stopped. So who am I? I'm Garlinda. I was still taking some notes. And I'm coming to you tonight to talk to you about why you should partner with me at Family First Life, specifically if you are a licensed life and health insurance broker or agent, doesn't matter. And even if you don't have your license, you want to stick around for the freebie at the end, right? I hope I don't forget to tell you about it. If I forget to say, hey, what's the freebie in case I forget to tell you. So excited to share with you on tonight. So again, I'm Garlinda Price. I'm a real estate broker and owner. I own Fusion Properties, and I'm also a licensed life insurance broker with Fusion Insurance as well. I own that company, and we are growing a team across the country. We're opening up 49 states. We're so excited. We're growing by leaps and bounds. And so if you are remotely interested or have considered getting your life and health license, you should. I'm currently studying for my health insurance license. I pray to be finished by September. It's not hard at all. It can go super fast. I'm just super busy, right? So we're going to talk about that too. How fast do you want to get your licensing completed for success? So let me write myself free licensing and time frame. So I want you also, as you're joining me, to put your questions in the chat, right? I'm not going to be able to type into the chat. For some reason, it doesn't let me do that, but I want you to put your messages in the chat. I'll be, or just shout out, say hello, who you are. And what I'm going to do is my Calendly link. I wish I had somebody on here to type for me, but I don't have a trusty scribe tonight. My sister's in the car. I'm going to, if you put your contact information in there, like your name and your phone number, your textable phone number, or your name and email address, I will send you my Calendly link, okay? But my phone number is 910-494-7798. And you can reach me also right here on YouTube. I'm over on Facebook. You can Google Garlinda Price, right? I'll pop up. You'll be able to see me. So let's get started. I think we have a few more minutes because I started a little early. So let me give time for some of you to jump on. I also want to hop over on my Facebook page right quick and share that we are live. Hold on a second. Share with you, I got license last year. Many people will say, oh, well, you're new. No, I've been in business for 30 years of business ownership. I have owned businesses since I was 19 years old. All right, so my first business was in college. I made jewelry. I always thought I'd be a jewelry designer, and the Lord said that's a hobby. At least he told my husband that. My husband told me that, and I was like, clutch the pearls. I'm not going to be a jewelry designer. That totally sucks, right? Blew a dream out the water. I'm just kidding. Thank God he did, because then, so the Lord, I always wanted to do hair. Thank God he did, because then, so the Lord, I always wanted to do hair, right? So out of high school, my mom was like, you got to go to college. Went to college, got a degree, gave that to her, have a degree in marketing and management. And then I wanted to open a salon. So I did nails, then I did hair, then I owned 2 salons in Virginia. Then we relocated back to North Carolina. The Lord led me into real estate. I've sold real estate. This is going into I'm in my 13th year. I've owned my firm since 2011, right? So I've had the firm now for 11 years. So excited. Real estate is an incredible field. And then the Lord shared with me that the real estate market was shifting. Now, I came in on a downturn. I came in on a market crash. So that meant that I came in at the bottom of the barrel for real estate, right? And the Lord blessed me. Did short sales and all that jazz. So it has been an incredible career. I've been blessed to earn 6 figures multiple times over in real estate. But the difference with real estate and insurance is real estate does not pay you residually, number one. Number two, you can build a real estate team, but that doesn't stay with you. You don't keep earning commissions on them long after they're gone, right? So I'll share the video with you of real estate versus insurance so you can watch it for yourself. I have 2 videos on that. I'll share one after this video so you can see it for yourself. So then after I got my life insurance license, I had only looked at maybe 3 companies. And so I went with a company that they were good, right? No downside to them at all, until I found out later that I could make more money with higher commissions, number one. So nothing bad about them. I just should have researched a little bit more. Number 2, I wanted great support and training. I wanted hands-on support. I wanted hands-on training. I want someone to give me a roadmap and then get out the way, right? Tell me this is how I go, how I get there, what I do, and then let's roll with it, right? So I made great commissions last year. I was able to build a team of about 41 agents. I think I sold about 171 policies. That is gangster for your first year in real estate, right? Shout out to the industry, right? It's just a really great industry. And if you put your name out there and tell people what you're doing, people will want to work with you, right? Let me write myself one little note. So then I set insurance down in December. We had gone on to a friend's wedding, and I was burned out, right? So I was like, and then I was burned out kind of on the demand of the other company. It was like 7 hours of meetings every week, and if you didn't show up, people were looking for you, and I didn't want anybody looking for me, right? 7 hours of meetings a week where people are looking for you is too much, right? Because if it's recorded, why do I need to be there, right? So it was a lot of demand that made it feel like a job. Now, I just shared with you, I've been self-employed and I've owned businesses for almost 33 years, right? This is my 32nd year. I don't want to be anybody's employee, because guess what? If I say I'm going to do something, I'm committed, I'm going to do it. You don't have to go look for me, right? So that was one thing. I was also looking for camaraderie, right? I was also looking for more women. I was also, even though it is a male dominated industry, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just telling you the things that were important to me that I was looking for that weren't there. So I was looking for more flexibility. I was looking for more camaraderie as it related to more women to build and grow this business with. And I was also looking for a higher comp rate that wasn't hinged upon what that person did or this person did, or having a certain number of unique writers, right? Because when you have to have a certain number of unique writers, if everybody's not working, you're not making money on your overrides. Yes, you're making money on your personal production, but you're not making money on your overrides. So those things mattered to me, right? So I wasn't looking for an easier way. I was just looking for a better way, because I was already I felt like part-time, I was already doing my part to make the team successful, and I felt like I was doing my part to make me successful, right? Because I was doing it for extra money. So the thing about insurance is you can make really great income as a producer. You can make really great income as an agency builder. You can make extremely great income as an agency owner. You get to decide the route that you want to take to build and grow this business without the pressure of that here at Family First Life. So that is the organization I decided to partner with. And you're going to see bad press about everybody all over the internet. When you start researching real estate, you'll see bad press. You start researching insurance, you'll see bad press. So with Family First Life, two things that you're going to see we'll talk about at the end, because I want to stay focused on why you should come here. Write myself a note. Okay, so service. Oh my gosh. So the onboarding, the fourth thing I was looking for was a smoother onboarding process for myself and my agents. The onboarding process where I was, there were cogs in the wheel, and it would take sometimes a month for someone really to get jump started, get onboarded. And if you know anything about sales and people that are in sales and people that are interested in selling, or say they want to do something, they want to start like immediately. Well, honestly, there's no way to rush through starting an insurance career, because they're going to do background checks. They're going to do the insurance carriers are going to do background checks. The insurance carriers are going to check fingerprints. They're going to look and see, do you have your anti-money laundering certification? They're going to look and see, do you have E&O insurance? So a lot of that can slow processes down when people haven't done everything that they needed to do coming into the industry. So I'm specifically talking to those of you that are licensed. Those of you that are unlicensed, we'll have a different conversation, okay? So if you are a licensed broker, meaning you work for a company, you sell one, come over here and partner with me. So I'm gonna just share with you really quickly who I am. I already said it, but let's talk about it again. I'm Garlinda Price. I'm in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina to be exact. Shout out to my fellow Southerners. I've been in business over 30 years. I know how to build and grow teams. I know how to build and grow successful businesses. I made my first 6 figures in real estate, almost in salon ownership, but I missed it by about $20,000. So I grew 2 successful salons, and I lived in the state of Virginia. I ran multiple $1 million salons when salons and spas when I moved back home. And I have owned a 6-figure real estate company for the last 11 years. And I have brokers that work for my firm. Last year, my first year in insurance, I built a team of over 41 agents. And out of those 41, 6 were writing agents. You may say, well, that doesn't sound like a lot. Do the math. If you're in the industry, you know that that's a good thing, right? For a newbie, for someone that was in insurance less than 6 months when that took place, right? So that is my experience. I'm also on the coaching staff at Breakpoint Life Coaching, which is a certified Christian life coaching organization. I am the 6-figure success coach for Breakpoint, and have been now going on 4 or 5 years. So I know my stuff, right? I know all about how to build and grow a successful business and how to build and grow a successful team. So when you come on board, you're getting reliability because I'm reliable. I show up, right? If you call me, I answer the phone. If I'm with a client, I call you back. You text me, I text you back, right? I'm approachable and I'm able to be communicated with. That was important to me. Right, that was the fifth thing that was important to me when I switched over here to Family First Life, was when I needed help, I didn't feel like I always had access to the help that I needed when I needed it. Because if you're on the phone with a customer, if you're on a Zoom with a customer, you need to be able to access multiple people, not just one person, because everything at that particular company had to go through the agency owner, right? Every single thing. There were cogs in the wheel, and I'm a big person that's about systems, right? As an owner, I know how to help motivate. Now, I should not be your only source of motivation, right? But I know how to help motivate, encourage. I know how to get you to the right mindset. Over here, Leaders or Readers, we read a lot of books. I love that, right? And I'm committed. I'm as committed to your success as you are, and I'm definitely committed to the success of your business, because guess what? If I don't help you, you don't make money, I don't make money, you leave, that makes all of us look bad, right? So we don't want that. So service. They have an incredible, here at Family First Life, they have an incredible onboarding system. It is streamlined, systematic. You work with Diane. Diane gets you into the system, up and going. You book a Calendly appointment with her or Acuity. You book your appointment. She tells you verbatim what to do. She tells you, hey, reach out to me after you've done this, this, and this. Then she takes you through the next steps. It is a seamless, streamlined process. I loved it. Support. So much incredible support. So we have a women's only group. We have a team group. We have an overall corporate group. There's all these Telegram groups that you can participate in and take part of. There's Facebook groups. There's Instagram groups. There's someone there to support you and say, hey, do you need help? I'm here to help you. Do you need, what do you need help with? There's incredible support here. It's highly organized. I love that. There's a training calendar that pops up into our Telegram or into our email or into a text regularly, at least 3 times a week. You never not know where you should be or want to be. Well, I shouldn't say should be, because you don't have to be anywhere, right? But you never have to wonder, where's training? Where's Waldo? Nobody's looking for Waldo, right? Because they're going to tell you, this is every day, this is this training. Every day, this is that training. Every day, the same day and time, the same links. The links don't change, right? So it's very organized in how they train. And I love that. And let's say you want to go to a training that's with another agency within Family First Life, because there's multiple groups within Family First Life. So don't let people group it together for you and say, oh, they suck, and oh, this is this, and oh, this is that. There are various groups. It's like small franchises. There's various franchises under the Family First Life group. So I'm inviting you to partner with me in my franchise at Fusion Insurance, right? And it's extremely organized, because they're going to tell you where the trainings are, what type of training do you want, what type of training do you need. You can find it, and it's all over YouTube as well. There's live trainings, and there's also recorded trainings, but there's also local trainings, right? So if you decide that you want to go to a local training like I did, I live in Fayetteville, North Carolina, but I went to a local training down in Greenville, North Carolina, with a friend of mine. Shout out to Erica. And they were having a wealth seminar, and some people were coming in that were teaching on advanced markets. And she said, and I said, can I come? She said, yeah. Right, so went down there for the day. They fed us. We had so much fun. There is fun here. I'm fun. If you're not fun, I don't know, I'm not the person for you, right? I'm fun. I love to laugh. I love to have a good time. I love to make money, right? I didn't say I love money. I love to make money. And but we had a great time. And so the gentleman that was teaching the class, although he's in a different organization, a different part of different group of Family First Life, he said, hey, Garlinda, we have an event down in Miami. You can come. Don't tell everybody. He said, but you can come. So I didn't get a chance to go because I had an event I was setting up at. But they welcomed me like I was a part of their direct team, and they taught me, and I learned so much that weekend. So also, why you should partner with me here at Family First Life is we're constantly learning. What does that mean? Because if you're learning, you're earning. And if you're constantly learning, you're earning even more, right? So if you are a licensed insurance agent or a licensed insurance broker, I'm going to share my number right quick. It's 910-494-7798. And in the chat, you can put your, hey honey, you can put your name and your phone number, and I'll reach out to you and send you a scheduling link where you can connect with me, and we can do a discovery session for you to ask your personal questions, or you can put some questions down in the chat. Constant learning. That was one thing. That was the sixth thing that was important to me. And I'm not giving you the things in order. I'm just naming the things that were important to me. I'm big on education. I'm big on knowledge. The Word of God says knowledge is power. Because when you're knowledgeable about something, you're confident. Right? So knowledge breeds confidence. And so here at Family First Life, they make sure that everyone is empowered with knowledge. If you're not knowledgeable, it's because you're not showing up. If someone here is not knowledgeable, it's because they're not asking questions. If someone here doesn't know what's going on and doesn't know their head from a hole in the wall, they're not engaged. They're not involved, because there is so much education here and it's constant learning. And so it's almost like drinking from a fire hydrant, but we want it to be like drinking from a coffee cup, right? So how can we make sure, and how can you make sure that learning insurance is like drinking from a coffee cup? I'm going to tell you in a second. Drinking from a coffee cup. Okay, I had to write myself a note. So it's just constant learning and training. And then you're not alone. Right, but let me go back to constant learning. So every carrier that you get to work with and represent here at Family First Life, it makes you a broker, right? You're an agent when you represent one product. You're an agent when you represent one organization, right? But you're a broker when you represent multiple products, which means I can go shop for my clients. Like I had a client I was talking to earlier today, and he was young and had been diagnosed with diabetes prior to age 35. That's like the kiss of no-no in insurance, right? It's tough because he's not old enough to get a whole life product, and he's too young for a whole life product, but because he's an insulin form diabetic, a lot of carriers won't cover him. But because I can shop around, I'm able to find him 2 carriers, maybe 3, but definitely specifically 2 that like, we don't care, right? Is it managed? Is it controlled? What is his health? Does he regularly see a doctor? Like there's ways around that, right? So the carriers that we get to represent, they are constantly educating us on their products. So not only can you attend trainings at Family First Life, which are held by the pros, they are excellent, and they do them for all levels, whether you're a new agent, whether you're an intermediate agent, or whether you're an advanced agent, someone is there to give you what you need to get you to help you get to the next level, right? If you show up. So all the carriers have constant training, and all their stuff is recorded. It's incredible. You're not alone, right? So there's an incredible woman of God. First, I want to give a shout out to my sales manager, Christine Austin L. Her awesome husband, Raheem L. He is a gangster in real estate. I don't mean a gangster, but he is like balling with policies, and Christine is growing an incredible organization, and she's just excellent. It's like insurance is second nature to them. Now, mind you, she has 10 years of experience, but she's there always to support us, right? Shout out to Monica. I was like, Monica, hey, what are you doing? How are you selling all these policies, girl? Now, she could have easily, shout out to my sister in Christ, Monica, she could have easily said, I'm not talking to you about that, because she doesn't know me, right? Other than from a Zoom and other than from Telegram chat. But I said, can I call you and talk to you? She was like, you sure can. And she was willing to help me, right? To grow and to excel. You're not alone here. There's no one competing with you, right? As a leader of my organization, the Fusion Insurance Group, I'm not competing with my agents. I'm supporting my agents. I'm collaborating with my agents, because guess what? And I'm 53 years old. I wake up with my competition every day. I'm like, girl, you better get it, right? I'm looking in the mirror telling myself, girl, you better go get it. Right? Because I want it. So no one has to prime the pump to say, girl, Linda, you should get up. You should go to work. You should make your calls. You should reach out to your warm market. You should go live. You should do videos. No one has to tell me to do any of that stuff, because I'm passionate about entrepreneurship. And that's what the energy is that you'll have as you become a part of our team and our organization. The meetings are free. Free. If it's free, I'll take 3. Hello, right? I stole that from a friend of mine that lives in Pennsylvania. Right? She's like, if it's free, I'll take 3. What do I mean by that? So when I was with my practice company, whenever they had an event, you had to pay. Right? So if you went to the national conference, you had to pay. If you went to the regional conference, you had to pay. And there's nothing wrong with that, because in business, you've got to invest in yourself, not dogging anybody out. But when they just announced our conference coming up in February, that is in Miami, Florida. I've never been to Miami, but woo, let's go get it right. Never been to Miami. It's free. You just have to pay your airfare and your hotel. Like, what organization is doing that? This is a large organization, and they are bringing all of these brokers and different people into Miami for free to train, to feed in them, to sow in them, to encourage them to say, let's take it to the next level. And it's free. That's unheard of to me. Free mentorship. Right? I'll give you an example. When I first came into real estate, some of the companies I was interviewing with, they would want to assign you a mentor, right? And not to say that's a bad thing, right? Everybody needs a mentor, right? Thank God for mentors. But you had to give them 50% of your commission. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna forego that mentor thing, right? So it was the same thing at the practice company. If someone helped you write one of your policies, they were inclined to say you should pay that person a portion of your commissions for them to help you. Well, why should I charge them to do that? Why should I be charged, and why should I charge, right? We all got into the business to make money. This is not a charity. And yes, we may love serving. We may love protecting families. No, not may. We love protecting families. We love what we do, but you should get paid to do it. This is not a charitable organization. This is a business, right? And so free mentorship, when you call and ask somebody for help, when you put a Telegram chat out there that you need help, it's constant communication within that chat of, hey, I got a client that's 35 years old that has diabetes, that has this going on, that has that going on. Someone is going to pop in there and say, go look at this organization. But not only that, Family First Life takes it even a step further. This is why you should join me here at Family First Life, is they provide you with guides, right? Final expense guides, term life guides, whole life guides. So it gives you something that you can visually look at to see what carrier would potentially take this illness, this height, this weight, this characteristic of this person, and it helps you model and pattern your illustrations around because you have tools. There's so many tools and resources here. There's an incredible boot camp. The boot camp probably is hours worth of video training that will prepare you to go out there and start protecting families. Okay, so I'm just going to check the chat right quick. So if you want to reach out to me again, I'm Garlinda Price. I'm the real estate broker and owner of Fusion Properties, and I'm the owner of Fusion Insurance, and I'm a licensed broker in several states, right? Love it here. So free mentorship, free training. All the carrier training is free. All of Family First Life training is free, right? Everything that you need. And there are no territories, right? I didn't even know in insurance they could have territories, right? But some friends of mine were in an organization, in their practice company, they could only sell in this area. What sense does that make, right? You go through all the schooling. I mean, it's not that long, but 20 hours of life, 20 hours of health. You go through this training, and now I can only sell in this area. It's very limiting, right? And so now when you're a broker, the entire country is yours, 49 states. Right, there's some states that we don't operate in, or because the carriers don't operate in, so we don't have contracts with those states. But come on, there's 49 states you can do business in. You could be on the East Coast, like I'm in North Carolina. You probably hear my Southern accent. In North Carolina, but now at 6 o'clock, let's say at 9 o'clock here, I can call out on the West Coast. It's only 6 o'clock over there, right? So it's limitless where you can grow your business to within the 49 states. It's limitless the type of people that you can talk to, and the leads and all those things. And we're going to talk about leads in a second. There are no territories. You are truly independent. You would never know how valuable that is until you don't have independence in this business, right? And so what I mean by that is when it was time for me to transfer my carrier contracts over, who knew that, for one, I couldn't talk to any of my team members that were with me at the other company for 18 months. Nothing wrong with that, right? I'm not trying to take business from anyone, and I'm not trying to bring anyone with me if they don't want to go. But if I wanted them to come with me and they wanted to, they couldn't, right? Because who knew that I didn't even know I had a contract. So 18 months, I can't do that. Then when it's time to transfer my contracts over, if I have written business within 6 months of 6 months of wanting to leave, I have to request a release. I have to get permission to go. Yikes, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's how their contract is set up, but I didn't even know that was the case, right? That if you want to transfer from one IMO, insurance marketing organization, to another insurance marketing organization, you can't have written business for 6 months and you have to ask for permission to leave. I don't like asking for permission, right? I like asking for forgiveness. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that, right? I don't want to ask for permission, right? So you want to think about that when you're saying, okay, what organization or what company do I want to go with? Who do I want to partner with and why? The reason why you want to come here and work with me at Family First Life as a licensed insurance agent, or if you're licensed in life and health, is because there are no IMO contracts. Your contracts are with the carriers only. You complete an application. Once you complete that application, Family First Life takes all your information and they start applying to the carriers that you want to work with within our portal and our organization. It is awesome. And then we represent multiple carriers. I said at the beginning, do you like to go shopping? I honestly hate to shop, to be honest. I do not like to shop. I love thrift store shopping, but the mall, you may as well be cussing me. I do not like the mall at all, right? But when you have a family that go to the mall, you go to the mall. So, but I love to shop for my clients. I love to shop for houses for my real estate clients. I love to shop for policies for people that think they can't get approved. I had a veteran client that I was able to write a policy on earlier today, and she's had all these surgeries, she's had all these things going on with the VA, and she was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get insurance. And then she had a small budget, and the Lord blessed me to get a policy for her within her budget that she could afford, that she felt comfortable with. That's a win. That's the type of shopping I like to do. So we represent multiple carriers. Maybe you've heard of them: Mutual of Omaha, Aetna, which is through CVS, Prosperity, Columbian Life, American Amicable, Americo, John Hancock, Foresters. So many incredible companies that offer you an array of products. The Little Gerber Baby, AIG. So you can represent somebody that's 0 days old, right? Or someone that's up to 82 years old, right? Everywhere in between, and every health condition in between, because not only is a bug in here and he is like flying around the light. So if y'all see me freak out, just stay with me. I'll be back, right? So we represent here in my organization at Family First Life, we represent multiple carriers. That represents multiple opportunities for you to serve, but it also represents multiple streams of income for you to get paid through different carriers, versus if you just work with one organization and they say buy term and invest the difference. But what if your client can't qualify for term? Term is very hard to qualify for when you have poor health. Term is very hard to qualify for when you're on certain medications. And then what happens at the end of that term, when you're 58, 68, 78, and you now no longer have insurance and you can't get term after age 50, what do you buy, right? So now we have all these unprotected people out here because they only bought term and they didn't invest the difference. Because sometimes everybody, you already know how it is. You have great intentions on saying, I'm gonna save my money, and then the dishwasher breaks. You have great intention on to save money, but then you got to go on vacation because the family's like, we are not going anywhere. So you have all these things that happen, but if you only are limited to that one product, what do, right? You either have to sell them what you have and put them in something that doesn't fit them, which is deceptive, or you have to leave them alone as a client and say, well, you know what, there's nothing I can do to help you, sorry, and you move on. But you just left all that money on the table, right? The benefit and the blessing of working with me over here at Family First Life is multiple carriers. Why? Because what if you only sell a final expense product, right? Which is burial and cremation. Nothing wrong with that. Excellent product, perfect field. But what if it's your only product and the person says, I want term? Right? Or what if the person says, I want an index universal life? What if the person says, I want an annuity? What if the person says, I want a combination? What if the person says, I want health insurance? And all you have is a final expense product. You're limited in what you can sell. So either you're going to do the same two things. You're going to force someone into a product that doesn't fit, which is not, it lacks integrity, right? Or you're going to walk away from the client and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I couldn't help you. And you leave that money on the table, right? But here, when you have multiple carriers, guess what? I'm going to skip past, I'm going to say it. So you have final expense, whole life, term life, annuities, index universal life products, right? You have health products like heart attack, stroke, and cancer policies. You have living benefits, critical, chronic, and terminal illness policies. You have return of premium policies where people can get their money back. You have private banking products where people can borrow from their own money. They can build and grow and invest their money. You have it all right here with us at Family First Life, and you're not limited in your income. There's riches in the niches. Right, that's what I was gonna say a second ago when we want to teach you how to drink from a coffee cup. Well, in the beginning, you're gonna feel like you're drinking from a fire hydrant. I say this all the time. In the beginning, you're gonna be ignorance on fire, meaning you're excited, you're primed, you're pumped, you're ready to go, and you're out here, and it's all this information. And at some point, it's all just gonna come together, and you're gonna be able to be laid back, and you're gonna be able to relax. But initially, it's gonna be like drinking from a fire hydrant, then it's like drinking from a pool, then it's like not that you would drink from a pool, then it's like drinking from a water bottle, then it's like you just chill, right? You understand it, you're laid back, you don't have to rush it, you don't have to push it, because people trust you, right? Now you understand and you're knowledgeable. I'm trying to keep on my notes. There's no pressure here to build an agency, although you should. Right? There's no pressure here to build an agency, although you should. So where I was before, if you didn't want to build an agency, it wasn't frowned upon, but they were like, why wouldn't you want to do that? But what if you don't want to do that? What if you just want to be a really great producer and make great money, a six-figure income, $50,000 a year, extra $1,000 a month, extra $500? That's fine. Do that. I'm good with you doing whatever makes you happy, whatever works and fits for you and your family, right? But what if you don't want to grow an agency? There's no pressure for you to do that here. And guess what? Your income is not limited if you don't do it, right? So you don't have to have, if you want to build and grow an agency, it's not hinged upon you having a certain number of unique writers, right? And what does that mean? That means that when I wanted to grow an agency at my other company, then my production had to be here. And then the production of my unique writers had to be here. They each had to be in a certain leg of my business in order for me to earn an override or a commission. And they couldn't be at the same commission level as me and me get paid, because there were no overrides or bonuses on that. And so nothing wrong with that structure, because I picked that structure, right? So I'm not dogging it out. I just didn't know there was better. Oh my God, it gets gooder and gooder here at Family First Life. And so I don't have to worry about unique writers and what someone else is doing in order for me to be successful and for me to go from 100% to 110 to 120 to 130 to 135 to 145% commission contract rate. I don't have to worry about what anybody else is doing to get there if I don't want to build and grow an organization. I'm personally choosing to grow an agency because I think there's wisdom and leverage, right? Jesus went out here trying to win the world by himself. He had 12. Now, even though one was a backstabber, they replaced him, right? And they were able to spread the gospel across the entire world, and it's still being spread today to parts of the world, people that don't know Christ as their Lord and Savior. Why? Because of 12 people made a decision that we're going to follow the gospel of Jesus Christ, right? I digress, just had throw ministry in there. So I'm choosing to leverage myself through growing an organization. You can too, but you don't have to, right? There's a free licensure class, but I will give you a caveat on that, right? If you're not someone that can stick to it, study, and get it done in 2 weeks, right, you'll have to pay for an extension. So if you want to earn your license for free, and you decide to partner with our organization, once you partner with us, then we have access to a free code. If you don't want to partner with us, and they have tons of life insurance classes and health classes you can go out there and you can take. But you got to finish the class in 2 weeks. And the reason why it's important to finish that license for life and health as fast as possible, because that studies have shown people that finish faster, they're more successful, they stick with what they're going to do, and they stay in the business longer. They stay in the class and they stay in the business and they move forward and they get started. Whereas people that drag out licensure, they normally never get started, right? So if you make the decision, hey, I want to get my life and health license, you want to come in, hit the ground running, and you're going to sacrifice your time. In the beginning, you will sacrifice a lot of time. And it just is what it is, right? Because you're starting and you're launching a business. And then I was just checking the chat for any questions. I'm Garlinda Price, in case you pop in at any time during this section. And I'm a real estate broker and owner of Fusion Properties, LLC. I'm also the owner of Fusion Insurance, and I'm recruiting agents across the country in 49 different states. You can reach me at 910-494-7798. So let's talk about advanced markets are taught here. Whoop! When I was at my practice company, advanced markets, people would ask for the training all the time, and they would say, don't worry about that, go focus on selling term. Don't worry about that, go focus on selling whole life. Don't worry about that, go focus on selling mortgage. Our big product was mortgage protection. Go focus on selling mortgage protection. But I would literally have people that joined my organization and partner with me because they wanted to do annuities only. They wanted to do index universal life only, and nobody would help them. Nobody would train them on it. And although you can go to the carriers and get training, you still want to partner with people that you have, that you can touch, that you have access to every day, that are living it, breathing it, writing the policies, writing the products, because the carriers cannot tell you the products to present to your clients, right? It's against the law, right? So they're only going to be able to help you but so much on how to type the illustration in, but they're not going to be able to help you structure the illustrations, like how you put the numbers together for your client based on their goals and things like that. So I remember one particular training where there was an agency owner, and he was on one of our morning trainings at my other company, and that gentleman said, I teach every last one of my agents, every last one of my brokers, Index Universal Life. Nobody gets away with not knowing it. Everybody masters it. You've got to do it. And I remember them saying, put your questions in the chat that you have for the guys. So I put the question in the chat, is the training open to other agents of blank company? Could we come? You know, and I just started asking different questions, and other people were asking different questions. They literally skipped past all those questions. And I kept trying to figure out, well, why? Was because they didn't want people getting lost in the sauce of advanced markets when they could sell mortgage protection and make money like that. And I understand that. But when someone says their passion is teaching people how to master money and to become their own bank and borrow from themselves, and they say that that's what they want their specialty to be, let them do it. Right, I forgot to mention that you could do long-term care meds up here. I don't do those products, but you can if that's what you're interested in. But advanced market training is taught here. There's a training that's in, I don't even know what time it is, but it's probably in 15 minutes. Every single Wednesday night, they're teaching on advanced markets. You can plug into that call, and they're teaching you about annuities. Give me 1 second. That is water and not vodka or gin. Don't drink, right? So you can tap into advanced market training and learn everything that you want to learn. Then they're going to have, there's another Index Universal Life training tomorrow, and they sent out where you could register and you can type in your questions, and they're going to spend that whole time answering your questions about why you should sell your clients Index Universal Life, how to go about doing it, how to structure it, what does it look like. And remember, I told you I just went out of town 2 or 3 weeks ago to a sister partner to our organization, and they were teaching on, the whole thing was on wealth building and Index Universal Life versus whole life, right? So if you're someone that says, I want to learn advanced markets, I want to do more than just term, I want to do more than just whole, I want to do more than just final expense, it's here with us on our team here at Family First Life. You should partner with me. I've already said that. Let's talk, right? But specifically, I'm also looking for those of you that are with organizations that have teams, and you are not maxed out with the money that you could be earning for the work that you put in, right? We're bringing people on anywhere from 90%, and you can go all the way to 100. I mean, 90%, 100%, depending on your level of experience. And at Family First Life, you can go all the way to 145%, and it's not hinged upon you recruiting your mama and them, your auntie and them, your uncle, the dog, everybody else. It's none of that. There are no caps on your commissions with our core carriers. What does that mean, right? I think there's one of our carriers is like a guaranteed or whole life carrier, right? But with all of our carriers, you get your full commission, right? If you choose to get advances, you get advanced 75% of that commission up front. I'm write myself a note so I can do some math for you. And then you get the other 25% paid out in months 10, 11, and 12. How does money work in insurance in case you're not licensed, okay? So let's say that you have $1,000 commission, right? That means that you sold a policy to someone that, let's just say it was around $85 on average. I know the math may be off a little bit, but stay with me. So let's say it was $85 on average, and for the year, it would be $1,000 of what we call annualized premium volume. I think I'm saying that right, or APV, right? So if it's $1,000 APV, the insurance carriers are so awesome. This is when I was like, okay, why have I been doing real estate for 13 years and getting all this gray hair, right? Because I didn't know, right? And I had my insurance license way back long ago when Jesus was a baby, right? So $1,000 annual premium for selling that one policy. The carrier is going to pay you 75% of that in advance. What does that look like? $750, right? If you are on a 100% contract, how much money are you going to get? I know we're not together. $750, right? But if you're on a 50% contract at another company, how much are you going to get? $325, right? I can't add. I'm sorry, is it $375? You're going to get $375. If you're with another company and you're on a 30% contract, how much are you going to get? I can't even think that low. Not only that, I can't add. Y'all get out your calculator. If it's dependent upon how many people you recruit and you're at 30%, what does that look like? It looks like low numbers, right? In other words, who is getting all of that money? Your insurance marketing organization is getting all that money. What if you were supposed to earn $750 and your company that you work with has a cap where you can't get over $500? No matter the policy size, no matter the amount that you wrote, you can only get $500 because they don't want you to get a bunch of chargebacks. Let me decide if I want that or not. We'll talk about that in a second, right? So here at Family First Life, you get paid starting contract at 90%. If you're new, just coming into the industry, 90 to 100%. If you're coming over with a team, less talk, it's higher than that. And you can go all the way up to 145% without any contracts, without any limitations, without anybody saying you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to have this number of people. None of that, right? My number is 910-494-7798. My name is Garlinda. If you happen to find this at a point where I didn't say my name, okay? So we have the highest comps, some of the highest comps in the industry, 90% to up to 145%. You can earn carrier trips. Now that has nothing to do with Family First Life, right? The carrier trips are sponsored by the carriers, but my sales managers, Raheem and Christine L, so awesome. I felt like they were in Cancun or Aruba. I can't remember where it was. Maybe it was Aruba, but they've been on multiple trips, right? In their 10-year career, they were constantly winning trips and earning trips. You can earn overrides and bonuses. That's why Family First Life is willing to give the higher comps and commissions, because they pay in bonuses. They're not keeping your comp in order to bonus you out money. So there's overrides if you're building, growing a team. There's bonuses from the carriers as well as Family First Life. And guess what? Your bonuses are non-charge backable. I stole that word from Bernard Burgos, right? And when I heard that, I wanted to throw my shoe across the room. I said, what? So that means that if you get a bonus, right, here at Family First Life, it can't be charged back, right? There's no chargebacks coming against it. There's ownership opportunity at the top, right? So you can come here and you can build and grow an incredible organization if you choose to. If you are a builder, I'm a builder, right? If you're a builder and you're like, you know what? It's time for me to maximize myself. It's time for me to leverage myself. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was John Paul Getty, maybe. I don't want to get that wrong, but he said that he would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of the efforts of himself, right? So he's decided to we've all decided to leverage ourselves if that's you. And I want to tell you the importance of leverage, right? Just right quick, from my perspective, my opinion only, is not the gospel. Let me just check the chat for any questions or comments, okay? So when I owned a salon, I worked from sun up to sundown, it felt like. And I thought I'd always do hair. I thought I'd always own salons, right? So when the people in the salon, I had stylists that worked in my salon. They rented booth space from me, right? So I got no commissions off of all their clients. I just got that one set amount of booth rent, and I got my money. But if I stopped working, guess what the only money was that I got? The $160 that I charged each of those 4 or 5 people to get paid. It wasn't residual because y'all know hairdressers, sometimes they don't pay like they're supposed to, right? No offense to any hairdressers. I did it for 14 years, so you can't come for me with that, right? Sometimes they like, oh, I got to pay my light bill. I had to pay this bill. I had to pay that bill. But you've seen them get money in their hand the whole week. But I can't take that with me. And once I close that salon door for good or sell that salon, I no longer get residuals from that. Same with real estate. Whenever I get paid a real estate commission, I cash that check, it goes in the bank. To do. I have brokers that work for my firm right now, but if they don't sell anything, what am I getting paid? Nothing. If they do sell something, what do I get paid? Anywhere from 30% to 40% based on the commission structure we have set up based on their experience. But the minute that they leave my firm to go open their own firm, what do I get? Nothing. The minute I decide to close Fusion Properties, if I ever do that, what do I get? Nothing. I can sell my book of business, right? But in insurance, if I have built a team of gladiators right alongside me, a group of titans right alongside me, right? What do I get if I decide I just want to take a month off and I have an incredible team? They're not going to go on vacation because I went on vacation. I'm going to continue to get overrides. I'm going to continue to get bonuses. I'm going to continue to get residuals if I sell whole life products, right? If you're someone that does the health products, the MedSup and some of the health products that pay residuals, insurance is a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother animal different from any business. It is recession proof, right? Now, real estate is not recession proof. I'll tell you that, but I've been able, the Lord has blessed me to just be able to go with the wave, right? Stay ahead of the wave. I learned that a long time ago in training. So there's ownership at the top. There's bonuses, there are overrides, and there's riches in the niches. So I'm going to talk to you about two last things, and then we're going to shut it down. I'm at 45 minutes, right? So there's work spots. Let's say you're someone that says, I cannot work from home. When I tell you the discipline it takes to work for yourself, number one. Number two, the discipline it takes to work from home is gangster, right? Because I have teenagers and a dog and a husband, right? And so I normally would have a talk with them before I have these videos to say, everybody keep your mouth shut, don't talk loud, don't be embarrassing me. But you know, I can't control them. The dog is over here at the door growling. He's gonna bark in a second, right? So working from home sometimes can be challenging. They have this thing called Work Spots. What does that mean? That means that you can get an app called Work Spots. There's a monthly fee for it, and you can go to any office if there's one in your area, and you can work there as if it's your office. It is the coolest thing, right? So you don't have to worry about where you're gonna go work. If you need to meet, I don't know if you can meet clients there or not, because I haven't used the Work Spot. There's one near me in Fuquay, but I'm just saying I work from home. For those people that struggle to work from home, there's an opportunity for you to do that, because guess what? At Family First Life, it's like a cohesive unit. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So the other thing I'll share with you with riches and niches is how can you build and grow your business here at Family First Life. You can do telesales, right? You can sell from the telephone. You can do Zoom. You can do Zoom appointments. You can do in-person appointments. You can go to people's houses. You can do group sales for some of the products. And you can generate your own leads, or you can invest in the leads that the company has through outside lead sources. There are multiple tons and types of leads. So I'm going to run because it looks like somebody's trying to reach out to me, and I'm sure it's important because I saw who it is. So if you're interested in the least bit in partnering with us here at Family First Life, I'd love to 47798, and it's Garlinda. God bless you.